Rich Rising. Welcome to another day of Read Rich and Righteous. We're reading Rich and Righteous, Spiritual Secrets, Mastering Money, Manifestation, and Your Mind. You are in the midst of the 100-day money mindset reprogram, and we are actually on day 65 now, and we're talking about how to become more attractive. And when I say more attractive, I'm not talking about physically attractive. I'm talking about energetically attractive to all that you want in life, including money, of course. And so excited to be here and to share this reading with you. I see people typing in their consistency scores. I see more people have crossed over into the 60s. I see people in the 50s. I see some newcomers. Excited to have you. For those of you who are newcomers and have just joined this family, found this because somebody shared it with you or the algorithms found you, you can go to richrightnow.com to sign up for the challenge for absolutely free. We are on the tail end, but on the thank you page of that website, you can get the ebook or the physical copy of the book. And when you purchase either one, you will get all the replays that you have missed. We've been here for 65 days now. This is the 65th reading over the course of 100 days. And our Rich and Righteous graduation is on December 9th. And that will be our conclusion event. And for those of you who are coming to Rich and Righteous graduation, you can go to rrgraduation.com. That's rrgraduation.com. We'll have 150 people in person in Atlanta. We'll be doing a reading of the final chapter, book signing, testimonies, or what we call test of monies, and an opportunity to network. And for those of you who can't fly in or can't be there or not in the Atlanta area, it will be live streamed. So excited to have you and get a chance to meet this community that we've created of people who are in alignment and wealth consciousness and part of this larger vision of becoming the world's wealthiest family. All right. So I want to get straight into the reading today. We are on page 353 and we are talking about how to become more attractive. So when you are there, type I got it. When you have your books open, whether you have the PDF or the physical copy, type I got it, and let's get right into it. All right. All right. So how to become more attractive. Then Isaac said to Jacob, "Please come near, that I may feel you, my son, to know whether you are really my son, Esau, or not." So this is where the birthright was stolen. And this story, from an allegorical standpoint, has so many deep meanings. And we're going to get into what I think is the core one right here and right now. All right. So page 353, top paragraph. "I'm attractive, whether you think so or not." Everybody just type that. See, everybody don't think you pretty. Everybody don't think you cute. Everybody don't think you handsome. But I need you to affirm, I am attractive, whether you think so or not. Doesn't matter what everybody thinks or feels, right? What matters is what you think or feel about yourself. I don't mean my appearance. I mean my experience. I attract so much joy, abundance, beauty, love, health, and wealth. Everything that truly matters to me is materializing in each moment. Whether you can see it or not doesn't matter to me. All that matters is that I can see it, right? I can see it and believe it until we all can see it and believe it. I don't care if you don't see it or believe it. I don't care if there's people out there who don't see me creating the wealthiest family in the world. Don't see us creating the wealthiest family in the world. I don't care if they don't see it. As long as we see it, then that's all that really matters. And we're going to see it and believe it until they can see it. But we're not doing it for them. So I don't care. Even if we've done it, I don't care if they see it, right? Because it doesn't matter. What matters is what we wanted to create in this reality and in this realm. I may never grace the cover of a modeling magazine, but I still know that I have the power to gracefully model magnetism. When you look at the world's most successful people, did success make them attractive, or did they attract success? Let me know in chat. Did success make them attractive, or did they attract success? Did success make them attractive, or did they attract success? Right? What's the line from Jay-Z? I ain't cute or something like that, but I'm $1 billion. I forgot how the line goes, right? Jay-Z ain't the most handsome man in the world, and he even said it. But he's been successful, and he attracted an amazing woman who's performing at a very high level and manifesting at a very high level in her life, right? So we know that it has nothing to do with how we physically appear. Then when we're talking about attraction, that's not what we're talking about, right? We live in a very visual world, but the invisible has more impact on your life than the visible. If you focus on your vibrational experience, how you feel, more than your visual appearance, how you look, you would be able to attract more of what you want. Now, I know this, some people may challenge this because they see these Instagram models and things of that nature, and people with all this makeup, with these filters, with these eyelashes, with lip injections, with BBLs and things of that nature. And because they have a lot of followers or they get a lot of likes, people think that they are truly winning. And some of them have won, but by and large, many of them haven't. OnlyFans, some of them have won, but by and large, many haven't. Because at the end of the day, despite how they may look visually to the eyes, people may like them, but they don't love them, right? In fact, they don't even love themselves. And energetically, people know that based on what they're doing, based on the fact that they have to lead with their fake bodies, right? Or even if the body's not fake, they have to lead with their body, period, right? Because there's emptiness inside. And so from an attraction standpoint, if those people are looking for love, you won't find many wedding rings on any of those people, right? So remember, be clear on what you want, right? We want love, not likes. We want love, not likes. And so I know we live in a very visual world, and it looks like people are visually winning, but if you look at their inner world, you'll realize that they're not, okay? External attraction, I'll repeat the sentence again. If you focus on your vibrational experience, how you feel inside, more than your visual appearance, how you look on the outside, you would be able to attract more of what you want. External attraction is nowhere near as powerful as internal attraction. External attraction is nowhere near as powerful as internal attraction. Being attractive is not biological. Being attractive is a belief in yourself. Okay? So, I'm using ladies in this example because I know you dedicate a lot more time. You tend to dedicate a lot more time to the visual appearance than men do. I mean, I know you got to get your nails done. Well, I said you got to, but you don't really have to, right? But nails done, hair done, eyebrows done, facial done, outfits, like it's like a lot. The time you spend on beauty, and especially when it comes to Black women, the beauty industry thrives off of our women's purchases, right? So there's a lot going into the external beauty, but what would be even more powerful is you standing in your natural beauty, right? And focusing on the inner beauty, right? And accepting who you are on the inside, and that energetic glow flowing outwardly from your inward. When there's too much makeup and too much this and that, that's a little bit of a red flag, family. Okay. And I'm just using that as an example. Okay. This is not talking down on women. I'm just using this as an example. Fellas, we do the same things. We try to, get the gold watch and the Rolex and this kind of car and fake jewelry and these kind of earrings and this and that and these designer brands. And we try to show outwardly, right, and project outwardly, when deep down inside, we don't feel that. And in fact, the financial burden of trying to hold up this image outwardly is actually breaking us inwardly. And so it happens in both ways. And I think that we will have more fruitful relationships and more honest relationships when we come to each other raw, when we come to each other as we are, and we allow the internal beauty, right? The internal, the true self to actually come forth as opposed to our representatives. All right. On page 353. Vision boards used properly are okay, but a vibrational match is more powerful than a visual match. A vibrational match, again, back to dating, a vibrational match is more powerful than a visual match. And some of us, we actually need to go on blind dates. We need to date blindly. We need to not flip through pictures and choose based on what our eyes are seeing. We actually would be better off connecting with somebody vibrationally and then hoping that the visual matches what you're feeling vibrationally. All right. What do they call it when catfish, where somebody can like make you feel some kind of way emotionally through conversation and this and that, and they'll put up a fake photo, but it's really not them. We don't want that. We reject that experience from our lives. But some of us experience that in our dating lives. Just because something looks good on paper doesn't mean it will work well in practice. Okay. Again, a vibrational match is more powerful than a visual match. A vibrational match made in heaven is more powerful than a visual match made on earth, especially in dating. How many times have your own two eyes deceived you? How many times have your own two eyes deceived you? Type me if your two eyes have deceived you in dating before. Type me if your two eyes have deceived you in dating. Okay. This applies to choosing a romantic partner, business partner, clients, job, or anything you want to manifest in life. Shoot, my two eyes have deceived me in dating. In fact, my two eyes almost cost me my vision. My two eyes, choosing wrong based on my two eyes almost cost me my vision. If I could have been in a relationship or had a child with the wrong woman, this whole vision would have been compromised, right? Or it would have been more challenging to accomplish. And so we have to realize that our two eyes lie to us oftentimes. So don't attach, instead attract. Attachment is not attractive. It repels what you want because it is rooted in scarcity. What is meant to be yours will be yours when you trust in God. What you desire can come in more ways than you can imagine if you release control of how you think it should come and will come. This is why I always end my visioning sessions with this or something better. The how is not your responsibility. Your responsibility is getting clear on what you need, why you need it, and who you need to become to get it. That is your work, okay? What you need, being very clear about what you need, not what you want. We talked about thou shalt not want. What you need, why you need it, because you're speaking to God as your angel investor who's going to supply you with energy and resource through the 6 forms of capital, one form of capital being money, to achieve it, and then who you need to become to be the best steward of it in order to get it, right? Jesus said, if thine eye be single, then the whole body will be full of light. Matthew 6:22. This is why we must go within and use our third eye, which is really our first eye, to make decisions. This is why it is called a sound decision. What do you mean? Why would a decision have sound? Because it's supposed to be vibrational, right? A sound decision because it resonates with who you are and what God wants for you, right? Sounds resonate. So if the decision you're making doesn't resonate with who you are at your core, then you're likely going to experience pain as a result of that decision, right? As opposed to pleasure. And what I mean by pleasure is not just sexual pleasure. I'm talking about like spiritual pleasure, right? Euphoria, joy, peace. Okay. I used to make decisions based on what my two physical eyes could see, but more and more I've come to see life through my third eye, or my mind's eye. The invisible, immaterial, intangible, and unseen govern our physical reality, not the visible, material, tangible, and seen. Our eyes see effects, but our mind's eye can see the root cause and be cause. So we talked about how to change the movie script of your life, and we know that our eyes are more projectors of our inward reality than they are receivers of information, right? You can't see gravity, but it is a force we must all reckon with daily. You can only see gravity as it impresses and expresses itself upon our physical reality, okay? So gravity is a physical law, but it is not physical in that I can touch it. I can only see the effects of gravity to know that the law of gravity actually exists, right? Ironically, we can't see a physical law. How crazy is that? We can't see a physical law, and we use gravity because that is the one law that we all know how to reckon with. Whether we learned it because we were falling down trying to walk as a baby, we learned about gravity. The same is true for universal laws, also known as metaphysical laws. Metaphysics means beyond physical. So meta, beyond the physical. And that's where we're going. We're seeking to operate and make our decisions from a level of Christ consciousness, which is beyond the physical realm of reality, right? That governs the spiritual realm, which is above and beyond everything we see and experience. All right. All right. So we're on the top of page 355. Imagine choosing romantic partners and spouses and business partners and clients or employers, the friends you have to hang out with, where you spend and invest your money, the clothes you wear, the books you read, the food you eat, based on vibration. What if we made all of these choices based on vibration, not based on the visual? You know when a certain type of food is going to give you energy versus put you to sleep. You know if you hang around a certain group of people long enough, you will end up drained. Don't make choices based on what's visual on the surface. Feel the vibration of anything or anyone first and see if it matches your vibration or the vibration you seek to have. You have the power to shift the energy wherever you are. Nobody can kill your vibe, okay, when you are vibrating higher than they are. So even Kendrick Lamar, don't kill my vibe. Just don't kill my vibe. If somebody kills your vibe, then guess what? You weren't vibrating as high as you think you were. That means that in order for them to access you, you had to be very close to their vibration. So nobody can kill your vibe, right? Nobody can kill your vibe when you're vibrating higher than they are. Lower frequencies always submit and succumb to higher frequencies, just like darkness always succumbs to light. Okay? If someone kills your vibe, you are not vibrating as high as you thought. Somehow your frequency dropped to their level for them to even be able to affect you. You will never make bad decisions if you choose based on vibration first. Every choice will feel like a match made in heaven. I'll say it again. Don't get what you want. You get who you are. If you have two tuning forks with the same frequency, when you hit one, the second one naturally starts vibrating because there's a vibrational match. Okay. So what do I mean by that? So if we have two tuning forks with the same frequency written on them, if I take something and I hit this tuning fork, do you know that this tuning fork will also start to activate even though I didn't hit it? Why? Because they're at the same frequency. So if you want to activate something in your life, you have to be at the frequency first, and then everything that's on that frequency, that same channel, that same wavelength will start to excite in your life, and you will start to be able to see them moving, right? So this is very, very powerful. I will likely put the video of that so you can see that in real life, right? In our Mighty Networks group. All right. So look for that there. All right. Or test it out yourself if you happen to have tuning forks. All right. So when you want something, rather than focusing on the thing, we want to focus on what? The feeling or the frequency. The feeling or the frequency. Through your imagination, you can reverse engineer who you must become to easily have a specific kind of thing or experience of life by asking, what is the feeling or frequency of someone who easily, effortlessly, and frequently has what I want to have? What is the feeling or frequency of someone who easily, effortlessly, and frequently has what I want to have? You don't work hard to get the thing. Manifestation is more indirect yet faster. Manifestation is like acupuncture. See, in the physical realm, you think you need to go directly to the thing. You think you need to work hard for money. Okay, that's what happens in the physical realm. When you think that money is physical, you think you need to do physical things to get it. But we see money on the emotional, mental, and spiritual levels. And like acupuncture, you might be having pain in your calf, but the acupuncturist will actually poke you here because those nerves are connected. So you're poking something up here to solve something that's down there. Whereas you might have been putting ice, you might have been massaging your calf to try to fix it right there at the source of the pain, but the real source is up here. Manifestation operates in the same way. You don't manifest by going and doing that thing or going and chasing that thing. You manifest by actually going inwardly, right? And actually changing your feeling, your heart, mind, and changing how you think. And then what happens is your outward experience starts to match and shift according to your inward changes. Even though they seem indirect, right? They have a direct impact on your ultimate experience of life. Instead, you work hard on yourself, right? Not hard. You don't work hard on getting the thing. You work hard on yourself. And the thing comes easily, effortlessly, and frequently. It is natural for abundance, opportunity, love, joy, and friendship to be part of the experience of someone with a wealth consciousness, right? You're going to meet great people who are also operating at this level. This is why we are having Rich and Righteous graduation. So you can now connect as community. You're going to feel something special when you walk in that room. You feel something special every time you even come into this chat, right? Because you know that your vibration transcends space and time. So you feel the vibe here. And that's part of the reason all of you have such high consistency scores, because this is a vibration that you want to tap into every single morning, right? When your cup runneth over, you are not the one doing the filling. When your cup runneth over, you are not the one doing the filling. When any award show, who is the first person that gets thanked? God, with the exception of Snoop, accepting his Hollywood star. I would like to thank me for showing up today, right? In most award shows, the first entity to be thanked, because I don't call God a person, the first entity to be thanked is God. When your cup runneth over, you are not the one doing the filling. Even Jesus said, of myself I can do nothing, right? Of myself I can do nothing. It's the Father in me that doeth the works. You are being the vessel, creating the vision and holding the space. God does the filling and you do the feeling. Everybody type that. God does the filling and I do the feeling. God does the filling, F-I-L-L, and I do the feeling. God does the filling and I do the feeling. And if I can hold that feeling long enough, then it must manifest in my experience. Luke 12:24 says, consider the ravens. They do not sow or reap. They have no storeroom or barn, yet God feeds them. And how much more valuable are you than the birds? Sometimes we have more faith in Amazon Prime, Domino's Pizza, Fresh Direct, UPS, and Uber Eats, an employer, a church, and the government to deliver for us than we do God. I'm going to say that again. Sometimes we have more faith in Amazon Prime, Domino's Pizza, Fresh Direct, UPS, Uber Eats, an employer, a church, and the government to deliver for us than we have in God. When we are word shipping, we are sending our orders to God, and there is no greater distribution and fulfillment center than the storehouse of God. It has an infinite supply and can meet any demand instantly. It can meet any demand instantly. Okay? Yes, you saw me just make up a whole nother word, called it word shipping. Remember, your word shall never return void. So every time you speak, whether you're speaking with your tongue or you're speaking with your mind through your self-talk, you are word shipping. You're sending out an order to the storehouse, to God's storehouse. And not only does it have infinite supply, it can supply everything you need on demand instantly. So we have to be very mindful. This is the number one distribution center in the world. In the same way that we as man saw fish and dolphins and created submarines, right? In the same way we saw birds and created airplanes. Amazon Prime is just a manifestation of God, right? God is the number one distribution center, can get us anything that we want instantaneously through manifestation. The internet is a representation of the one mind. It is our collective consciousness tied together, right? And so we have to be very mindful of our word and what we are asking for, whether indirect or direct. The law of resonance states that the rate of the vibration projected will harmonize with and attract back energies with the same resonance. This is demonstrated in Jacob and Esau's story, which was decoded in Reverend Ike's sermon, Feeling Gets the Blessing. Genesis 27:1 says, when Isaac was old, this is Jacob and Esau's father, and his eyes were dim so that he could not see. Okay? What aspect of us cannot see? It's our subconscious mind. Our conscious mind uses the five senses. Our subconscious mind cannot see. This allegory was to show that the subconscious mind is blind and responds to what? The feeling. The feeling, right? If we go back to the scripture, then Isaac said to Jacob, please come near. Okay? That I may what? Feel you, my son, to know whether you are really my son Esau or not. This was an allegory to show that the subconscious mind is blind and responds to feeling. Isaac requested that Jacob come closer so that he could feel him in verse 21 when he said, come near so I can touch you, my son. This means that to get the Father's blessing, hear me on this, to get the Father's blessing, we must be near or in alignment with the Father so that it can feel us vibrationally. Rebecca, the motherly and feminine principle, knew that Isaac, the father and masculine principle, responds to feeling, not appearance. So she dressed Jacob up like Esau. In verse 16, she covered Jacob's hands with the smooth part of his neck and with goat skins so that he felt like Esau, who was hairy to the father. The universal law operates according to feeling and are indiscriminate. God knows you based on how near you are and how you feel. So we must all feelings that are not aligned with God. Remember what we talked about. Anytime we put something negative after I am, we are using the Lord's name in vain, right? I am is what God calls himself. I am that I am. So anytime we say something negative after I am, we are using the Lord's name in vain, and therefore we are out of alignment with our feeling like God. In the same way that we seek to make ourselves attractive externally through clothing and how those clothes make us feel, we can increase our attraction internally with our awareness, right? You see the word where in there? Awareness of our feelings. So oftentimes when you see like robes and clothes and things of that nature in the Bible, they are metaphorically or metaphysically expressing feeling. So the prodigal son, right? He was given a robe, right? It was a feeling of abundance. We know that Jacob's coat of many colors, right? That actually may represent the chakra system, the coat of many colors, right? So when we see these things, we have to be aware that the universe operates based on feeling, our vibration, right? And going back to, what was it yesterday? Nikola Tesla said what? If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. So when we think about this feeling in this story of Esau and Jacob, Rebecca, the motherly principle, she made him venison, right? Which gets to what? Sense, smell, and taste, right? Then she put the hairiness on his neck. So now we have touch, right? Subconscious mind is blind, so it can't see. And then the only question that the father had was the voice, right? You sound like Jacob, but you're saying that you're Esau. So you get to name your experience. He claimed that he was Esau, right? And so the feeling gets the blessing. The feeling gets the blessing. That story, if you look at it, the 5 senses are right there, right? And so if you can feel the experience right now in the present moment, you will get the blessing from the Father. Okay? You want to be back to page 357. You want to be the attractor, not the attracted. Whoever or whatever is doing the attracting has the greater gravitational pull. So if you are chasing money, then guess what? Money has a greater gravitational pull than you. You're saying by chasing it that money is more powerful than you. Okay? So you want to be the attractor. Say, I am the attractor, not the attracted. I am the attractor, not the attracted. I'm the attractor, not the attracted. Whoever or whatever is doing the attracting has the greater gravitational pull. It is drawing you to it. Is it drawing you to it, or are you drawing it to you? You are a son of God, and you attract things into your orbit. When it comes to money, people use the language paper chasing, but you never want to chase money. Anything you chase establishes that it has more power than you do. When you chase money, what does it do? It naturally runs from you. When you attract money, it naturally comes to you. This is why we ask the question, what does money want? At the beginning of the book. Instead of chasing anything you find yourself attracted to, whether it be money, a person, an opportunity, an experience, or an item, stop and ask yourself, how do I become attractive to it without losing who I am? How do I become attractive to it without losing who I am? What does it want that I am, that I do, or that I have? And how can I share that? This requires you to understand both who you are and understand what you want at a vibrational level. Becoming attractive like a magnet will make you a magnet, as in a business magnet. So there's this image on page 357. This is 2 people chasing a cat. And when you start chasing a cat, what's that cat going to do? It's going to run. But if you have what the cat needs, right, then what does the cat do? The cat comes and lays down at your feet. right? So we want to get clear on who I must become, right? Who I must be, what I must do, and what I must have within me to attract the thing that I desire. Money is a blind servant. It doesn't see, like Isaac. It feels currents. Again, that's why it's called currency. When you tap into the same frequency, the law of resonance, the real name of the law of attraction, will cause things to show up in your life that have the same frequency. You can't manifest wealth from a poverty consciousness. You can only get there through wealth consciousness. Money does not trickle down. You know, politicians, oh yeah, well, the money will trickle down when we give this to this entity or these business owners, this and that, then the money will trickle down. No, money trickles up to your level of wealth consciousness. Being from a wealthy family makes wealth familiar, and this is how generational wealth perpetuates itself. But if you didn't come from a family of millionaires, then a family of millionaires must come from you. The hardest part of creating generational wealth is being the first generation to do it. And I know many of you are going to be first generation millionaires. In a Fidelity investment survey, though, approximately 80% of people who have a net worth of $1 million or more did it without a trust fund or an inheritance. So a lot of you think that you're behind because other people have had generations and generations of millionaires. Many of them have not been able to preserve that wealth, family, right? They have not been able to preserve that wealth. 80% of those who have a net worth of $1 million or more created it or manifested it, right? They weren't born into it. This destroys the myth that most millionaires come from family of millionaires, and therefore that the odds are stacked against you. Most millionaires started from scratch by scratching their head until they figured out how to generate 5 figures passively, earn 6 figures actively, and build 7 figures worth of assets. Money is attracted to specific ways of being, doing, and having. Instead of constantly chasing money, what if you focus on how to become more attractive to it? You don't have to chase money. You just have to know how it moves and what it wants, what its true nature is, and so that it comes to you. There's a difference between chasing money and coming into money. As children of God, we shall come into money, since abundance is our birthright. Everybody type, I am coming into money. I don't chase money. I am coming into money. Thy kingdom come. I'm not chasing after it. I'm not spending my entire life chasing this substance. I'm going to come into it as I attune my vibration and my frequency to a wealth consciousness. Then abundance will become a natural part of my experience, and I will have more than enough, more than I need to do what I need, which is the will of my mother, Father, God. My food is to do the will of my mother, Father, God, right? That's what I'm here to do. And I will need energy beyond just the energy that is in my body, which is the greatest currency in the world. I will need more energy to do that, to serve at the level that I want to serve. And so that is what I am attuning my mind to. And I'm going to stay in that frequency until it shows up in my life. Okay? You are attractive, family. You have attracted the life that you have right now. You are attractive. And I want you to become more and more attractive. In fact, this is the type of attraction that you look finer and finer and better with age and with wisdom. As you learn more and more about how life works, you become more attractive. See, the physical beauty, it will fade. And with the physical beauty, people can deceive you, right? Your energy never lies. All right. So with that, in chat, go ahead and type in your greatest takeaway from today, right? The feeling gets the blessing. I encourage you to go Google that and watch Reverend Ike break that down. It is really, really powerful. Again, you'll be able to start to see the Bible and the allegories and the stories there in a whole nother way from a metaphysical standpoint. And you'll see how Jacob got Esau's blessing by tapping into the feeling, right? To the 5 senses, with the exception of sight. Remember, Isaac was blind, right? Claiming the identity of Esau and tapping into as many of the 5 senses as possible. Taste, right? The smell, right? The feeling, touch, right? And then hearing. If you can experience in your mind what it means to be wealthy right here and right now through your imagination, right? Go there right now. Wake up and look at your phone right now and see 1.5 million in the bank account. Look around your bedroom. What does it look like? The sheets, the curtains, the colors, who's next to you, your master bathroom. What city are you in? Outside, what's your view? Like, get into the feeling right now and activate as many of the five senses from the conscious, from the flesh as possible. And if you can feel what that frequency is right now and in this moment, and you can hold it long enough and believe that you will actually have that experience outwardly, it will come to be. That's the beautiful thing about feeling. Feelings aren't passive. They don't just come as a reaction to what people do to us or what is happening. We can actually create a feeling with the power of our minds. All right? So with that, family, be God to yourself. Love yourself as God loves you. Be master over yourself as God is master over you. And remember that you are God, lowercase g, or first cause in your own life, and no individual, institution, or situation outside of yourself has more power over the future of your life than you. I will see you tomorrow, family. I love you. Peace.